Welcome back to my channel, beautiful people. Today we are making headbands for our beautiful baby girl. So for starters, this is what we need. Our stretch material, measure 5 inches. As you can see, we're not wasting time today. We measure 5 inches along the material and we cut. This is after you've measured the circumference of the head. So make sure it's nice and stretchy. So we have our two materials, as you can see, the long and the short piece. I went ahead and cut for the rest of the materials that I had. So in total, I'm going to make 4 headbands. You can count the colors. So yeah, that's what's up. This one is already done. It's nice and tied. It's nice and tied, as you can see. But after I finished doing it, I then realized that it was too thick for my liking, so I had to alter it a little bit. I had to remove like an inch from the longer piece. As you can see, I did it for the wide piece as well, so just remove 1 inch for it to be nice. Nice. Yeah, so I then decided to do the same, remove an inch from the shorter piece as well, as you can see. So yes, now they're almost about 4 inches width, and the length I don't remember. I think it was about 50 centimeters or so. But yeah, this is what we have, and for the sake of this video, I'm going to be using black thread so that my stitch is very visible. So the first thing we need to do is to fold our longer piece in two, like in half, as you can see, and we're going to put our seam line along the width side. So yeah, just make sure all the corners are intact and your machine is already prepared, threaded and everything. So yeah, all right, so you can see it's nice. So this is the part where you need to iron your seam to open it and fold it again into two to have something like this. So this is how it looks. Actually, this is how you want it to look. So your seam line, the outer part is outside and the other side is inside. So we need to make a seam right around the length. So this is the important part. Make sure you look carefully. So we need to fold on both sides, as you can see, to have something like this. So the edges are inside. Edges are inside. Just make sure you grip very firmly and use a pin or your seam ripper to take the edges from the inside of your material like that. And then you need to take both the edges. Make sure you're gripping tightly so that you don't let it go. If in case it slips, just start over again. But after you get hold of it, this is what you want to, this is what you want, this is how you want it to look like this. Make sure you're holding it from the inside and start stitching from the inside. I don't know if this makes sense. Does it make sense? Yes, it does. So as you're sewing, you need to pull it through because we are sewing from the inside, not from the outside. So unlike any other stitch, it's different. All right, so this is now where I've started from, as you can see, and where my needle is where I am right now. So we need to leave a little opening. I'm not going to go all the way to where I started. So I hope this is clear. That's why I had to use black thread. All right, so I'm going to leave about an inch opening from the initial point up until where I'm going to end it, where I'm holding. So keep on sewing, and after that, this is the opening that we have. My finger can pass through easily, and then I'm going to use that little hole to turn the fabric so that we put the seams inside. So after you do the turning, you're gonna have something like this, and all my seams are inside. The purpose of this is for just for it to look neat and nice. So now that one is done, I'm doing the shorter part of it. The shorter part of it has a different way of like how to go about it. So I left a little opening again after I jumped my stitching, so you can see this is how it looks. So the purpose again is for me to be able to turn and put all my seams inside the whole fabric. So when it's all said and done, it's time for putting our knot. So this is how it's like a basic knot. It will look like this, as you can see. But now the problem with this material is that it's too stretchy. You can compare. This one is so candy nice. Like the knot is perfect, but this one is not so nice because the material is quite stretchy. So don't be discouraged. Just untie it and adjust the shoulder part. So I ended up having to remove like 2 inches from the shorter piece of the band. So just measure an inch from the edge, mark where the inch ends, and on the other side as well. And then you just cut it off. Simple and easy. And then I'm still going to use my half an inch allowance to do my stitch. So after stitching, this is how it looked like, and it was now nice, cute, and the size became so perfect. So if you don't have a machine at your house, or if you don't know how to use a machine, you can achieve this by using a needle and thread. So this video is for everyone, not for people who know how to sew, but for people who just like to put their hands to use. Look at that. It's nice. So now I have two, the navy blue one and the cream one. They look so identical and perfect. This is what we want. So right now I'm going to show you guys how to achieve the same bowl, but with a very simpler method. So if you remember, the first time we folded it into half, but now we are doing like this. So our stitch is going to go along the length side, not on the width side. So as you can see, I'm showing you guys. So yes, make sure it's going along the length side. So you can see I used black thread as well so that it's visible. And now we turn. So make sure all the ends are open so that you can be able to turn your fabric and the seam is inside. So this is what we have, and go ahead and iron. I didn't iron, but you have to iron. And then just do that, fold it into two again, and then now put a seam along the width like that. This one is the very simpler method. I think it's the everyday method. I don't know how and why I started with the difficult method. Trim the edge like that, and this is what we have. But you can see that the edge is not as neat as the first one. But anyway, we'll cover it up with a shorter piece that I've already made when we put our knot. So yes, you can see. And then put your fabric under and then just tie a knot. As simple as that. And then you keep on twisting your knot until you achieve the perfect candy knot. Look at that. This is so nice. I like this because Shona had an identical headband like this, and it used to go on like match with most of her clothes. So this is what we have now. I have three. I'm left with one to complete the set. So the last one is a black one, and yeah, voila, it's done. This is what we have.